Living Local Carolina with Katie Turner. Local trends, shopping, dining, and more. This is Living Local Carolina.
The following portion of Living Local Carolina is sponsored by Grand Strand Dentistry. Well, welcome to Living Local Carolina, everyone. Today I'm at Grand Strand Dentistry and I'm joined by Dr. Swenson. Thanks for chatting with me today.
Yes, happy to have you here.
I'm happy to be here and learn more about you guys and what you're all about. There's a long list of things that y'all offer, but why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself and about the practice?
Well, personally, I just moved here from Arizona, and the practice is just based on working in technology, keeping up on current practices, and honestly saving time for the patients. Mm-hmm. Time is a big deal. I mean, most of the time when you go get something done, it's like you're going to be, rerouted, rescheduled. We really try to work everything to where we can do everything on the same day as much as possible. Quick scenario, let's just say you need to get a crown. You come in, we scan it in, we mill out the crown, we cement it on, you go home, you're done. You're not here for 2 appointments. Yeah. We try to get that all done within 2 hours. Sometimes we can get it done quicker. Sometimes it takes a little longer. Humans are different. Yeah. Each one of them is individual, and they present individual challenges. From there, we've actually gone to, what can we do to some of the patients that have different prosthetics, say like dentures. And we've got into 3D printing to where we could 3D print the dentures.
Wow.
And so we can do that. We could do it in a day, but it would take the whole day. So we just generally try to schedule it a couple days later, but we can get it done fairly quickly. And the accuracy and the things that we can do is much better because we're able to use 3D technology to line everything up and also just create a better fit.
Yeah.
And, there's still discrepancies with each individual, but it does a much better job than we were able to do before. From there, we've gone to different CAD/CAM techniques for different milling units and bigger prosthetics and things like that. That just gets really technical. So
I was going to say, the viewers may not know all these terms that you're saying.
No. And probably another thing is like, it's hard to get extractions around here. Dr. Armstrong and myself, we're old. We started out doing extractions, and that's what we do. We do a lot of extractions. So even sometimes if you don't want to be awake, we can schedule an anesthesiologist to come here and get your extraction done.
Gotcha.
If you're into that kind of thing.
Well, let's say there's a scenario where unfortunately somebody loses a tooth.
Right.
You guys can do implants here as well.
Correct.
Tell me all about that.
Implants, it's kind of fun because like I said earlier, I'm older than dirt. So back in the 80s, I worked in a dental lab, and that's when honestly the implants started showing up. So we'd get these implants that come in, we'd have to create these prosthetics for them. And that's when I really got interested in it. And I was probably about 16 at the time.
Wow.
So from there, I picked a dental school that allowed the general dentist to place implants at that school, Creighton University, at that time. And then from there, I've just learned more and more and more and more as time goes on. And there's just so many applications for implants. I mean, most people are aware of what they can do, and it's really exciting.
Well, how does it feel whenever you have a patient that comes in and they, were experiencing pain or they lost a tooth and you guys were able to give them their smile back?
Well, let's back that up. First thing, they're coming in pain. So the first thing we want to do is get them out of pain.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the first thing. It's like people come to the dentist and a lot of times they're not in good shape.
Yeah.
So, we'd get them out of pain, get rid of the infections, and then go on to the restorative part. Give them their smile back. So many people are walking around with bad smiles and they don't like it. It's self-conscious. I mean, they just, they don't know it, but everybody looks at your teeth.
It's true.
And they don't know they do it, but everybody does it. But we're able to do that, and a lot of people, like some people, you give them their restoration and they cry, but that's exciting, and that's nice as well.
All right. Well, I appreciate you chatting with me, letting me know a little bit more about Grand Strand Dentistry. So if one of our viewers is watching right now and they want to learn a little bit more about you guys, where can they find you online?
GrandStrandDentistry.com.
This portion of Living Local Carolina was sponsored by Grand Strand Dentistry.
We'll be back right after this break with more Living Local Carolina.
I know you guys know that I don't always look this good, and that's because today I am at Style Me Boutique. I'm joined by Irina, the owner. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for having me today.
You're welcome. You look fabulous.
Yes, thank you for dressing me today in this fabulous suit we have going on here. I mean, from head to toe, I'm wearing all Style Me right now. But we're going to be talking about all of the hottest trends that you're seeing this season, holiday parties, all that good stuff. So,
it's going to be here before we know it. Yeah. So what we do here and what we concentrate here, we are trying to buy as much fun clothes as we can because life is too short to wear boring clothes. That's our motto. And as you can see here, we picked up some of the styles for this upcoming season, and it features lots of fun prints, vibrant colors, lots of this kind of styles. Like, you know, you can dress it up or dress it down. And it's not only for holidays, you know, like I wear, like this is one of my favorite tops from our collection, and I'm very comfortable wearing it on Friday or Saturday night for happy hour, you know. So we're just trying to have the clothes that you can wear all year long through different seasons, you know, winter, summer, spring, fall.
All of it. I love it. And you guys have a ton of textures. That's one of the first things I noticed when I walked in here, is there's a lot of the fluffy, you just want to touch and feel everything. So, I mean, come on. It doesn't get any better than that.
Yes.
Talk to me about some cozy pieces you have here.
Okay, let's talk about some cozy pieces. So sets are very in. This is one of our best-selling sets right now. We have it in the multiple colors. You know, you can dress it up or dress it down and just put like a cute pair of blingy.
Because it's not like a sweatsuit.
Sneakers,
it's elevated
it's
to where
elevated.
you can dress it up.
Yes,
and
then
wear it to dinner.
We have cute jackets, you know, still vibrant, fun, and classic plaid, you know. So yes, we still see a lot of comfy pieces, but I feel like it's more fun now, you know, and that's what you do. You just accessorize again, you know, and you just can take this plain look and just rock it and look fabulous on your weekend. We have clothes for everyone, not just for younger people. A lot of people like walking in and say, oh my gosh, this is for young people. What we want you to know is we have styles that suits everyone, and what's great about it is just, you know, people are also not scared to try fun prints no matter what age you are, you know? So I think it's very important that just do a little step out of your box and try different styles and just go with it, you know?
And if you need that little push, you have a wonderful team here.
We have an amazing team here. If I can just show you this.
Yeah, we're going to show some examples.
Yes.
Tell us your name, please.
I'm Kat.
Hi, Kat.
Nice to meet you.
She's our market comment manager.
I love it. I love it. No, that was perfect.
She's wearing this cute outfit. And then we have Barbara here. And look how Barbara. She
Thank
looks
you,
fabulous.
Barbara.
Yes,
Oh,
and look,
this
she's wearing sequin. Fun, fun, fun. And there's Yara here.
This is a little more dressed down, but still very fabulous.
Yes, this is just, if you want to look fabulous, you put it on and just go, you know, no matter what day of the week it is.
I love it. Thank you, ladies. Thank you, ladies.
So you see we have different age groups here, you know, and they're wearing fun clothes, looking fabulous, so.
And for every holiday party, you got to have a bag.
You have to have a bag.
You have to have a bag. And it might as well be a super fun bag like one of
We
these.
went crazy this year. I mean, look at that, guys. This is, I'm gonna let you hold that. Look at this. I mean, I love everything extra, you know? I mean, I just love this.
You have to imagine yourself opening this up and pulling your lip gloss out of it and then applying your lip gloss and putting it back. It makes the moment very luxe.
You just can wear something plain and just dress it up with those, you know, and that's it. And I think that's what we like, you know what I mean? You can just take anything fun and just take your plain outfit and dress it up and voila, you're ready to go.
Well, if somebody is interested in coming by, you got to tell people where you're located.
So we do have 2 locations in Myrtle Beach area, one in Market Common, 3096 Harvard Avenue, and one in North Myrtle Beach at the Public Shopping Center. It's 1554 Highway 17 North.
Well, welcome back to Living Local Carolina. Today I'm joined by Dr. Anthony Thompson. How are you doing?
Doing quite well, Katie, and yourself?
I'm doing wonderful.
You know, our goal is, first of all, we got the name came from Ephesians, 2nd chapter.
And this is a group of a lot of different people in Charleston, leaders in Charleston.
Yes.
Tell me about your board.
Yes, well, my board consists, very diverse board. Has to be. You know, we have young people, white, black, Latino, you know, and everybody's denomination is completely different.
Yeah.
You know, Catholics, Reformed Episcopalians, Baptists. I mean, and so it's very diverse for a purpose, you know, because, you know, we're trying to promote what Christ already did. More or less promote, we're trying to perpetuate what he already did. And that is by the grace of God to encourage people through acts of forgiveness, repentance, and reconciliation, okay, to destroy those barriers that divide us, that hostility that divide us. Like I said, that can be a number of things, you know. And it's not just for one particular thing, but it could be a number of things, so that we can come together as one family, you know, the way it was intended to be. And so that's where we start.
And you were able to do this on a really big scale.
Yeah.
Whenever you had that event.
Yeah, when we had the event, oh, that took a lot of work.
I'm sure.
I mean,
lots of planning.
I mean, even getting the organization together just to come as one. We didn't just do it right away. When I came back, this incident with George Floyd occurred. But to our surprise, the people in Charleston protested. You know, it's like, wow, I mean, they really they tore downtown up. They're mostly young people. And so we were shocked, we were surprised. And so there's a pastor named Reverend Zalik, who's the senior pastor at St. Michael's. And he and I have been doing some Lent season services together with other churches. So he called me up and said, you know, we need to do something to try to, you know, put some damper on what happened last night and let people know, you know, we're one.
Well, thanks again for joining us today on Living Local Carolina. Today I'm joined by money coach Dana Wolf. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, Katie?
I'm doing good. Let's get down to basics here.
You got it.
You have some tips on how people can learn how to budget.
That's right. Budgeting is all about planning before the month happens. Okay, there are only, it's very simple, 4 things. You need to plan it, you need to balance it, because we don't want to go backwards, we want to go forward. We want to communicate it, and then we want to live it. So a couple of different tools that I use, the budget envelopes for certain things like groceries. If I have a $100 grocery budget, it goes in this envelope, and that's what I get to spend, and I'm not going to go over budget. It might be clothing, it might be just miscellaneous money, because those things can trip us up. Another thing I like to use is what's called the budget book, and some people use apps. I like to do it the old-fashioned way with paper and pen. I want to see myself making progress, and I also want to be able to have something that I can put my slips in. If I'm going to the grocery store, cash or debit at all times, I want to be able to record it so I can come up with a budget, and then at the end of the year I can actually look back and see how well I did. Other people like computers. I do a lot of spreadsheets. I like to be able to track, so having a spreadsheet is really important as well. But the communication part is really key. You need to understand your mindset when it comes to money. You need to know, are you a spender or a saver? Do you like to have the abundant opportunities and lots of opportunities, or do you want just a one-time opportunity, like when it comes to vacations? Do you want to do lots of them, or do you want to just do one very expensive vacation, okay? What is your mindset when it comes to money? And what is, if you're married, your partner's mindset?
I was gonna say that's huge to
It
talk
is.
to your partner about that sort of thing.
It is, because there's so many different things that you need to know. A lot of people like to save, some people like to spend, a lot of people like to give. Are we going to be spontaneously giving, or are we going to plan our giving? So there's so many different aspects of money, and each person is here, we're all individuals, each person is here to have a purpose here, and we just need to be able to communicate what that purpose is.
Love that. So if people are saving up for something big or want some help, how can they get in contact with you?
Very simple, Dana Wolf, financial coach. Just Google that or go to my website, First Step Financial Solutions.
We'll be back right after this break with more Living Local Carolina.
Have you ever been somewhere that you can immediately tell has a story? Rain is falling over the 40 sprawling acres of Freewoods Farm. 40 acres and a mule named Maggie. Farmer Smalls invites me to sit by the fire, and I'm all ears.
Well, Freewoods Farm is a living farm museum. And we tell the story of the role of farming in African American history after the Civil War. At the end of the Civil War, you had almost 4 million newly freed slaves. And of course, we've been in slavery for about 2.5 centuries of slavery in the United States.
Despite their newly found freedom, the majority of these individuals were left with no education, no money, or even somewhere to go.
And the big question in the country at the time was, what are you going to do with these 4 million people? Well, this became a problem for General Sherman because you had a lot of emancipated people following the Union Army in order to get food and to get away from those plantations. So what he did, he took a strip of land stretching all the way from Charleston down to Florida that he called captured land. It's land that his military had captured. He took that strip of land, chopped it up into 40-acre lots, and gave each family 40 acres. And black people were very excited about that because they had a farm. They had 40 acres. Well, of course, Lincoln was assassinated. The new president came in and was soon decided that under the Constitution, the government can't take land from one person and give it to another. The government can take land, but only under the power of eminent domain. And under the power of eminent domain, the government has to pay for it.
And just like that, countless black families had to give up their new land.
And that was a very sad chapter because they had planted the fields and had crops growing, and they had to leave those farms. Now, I think it's important to point out that a few were able to keep the farms, and that was because of some sympathetic whites, and some worked out terms that the newly freed slaves could manage, and they could pay for it over a period of time. But basically, they didn't get the 40 acres. Freewoods Farm represents that 40 acres they didn't get.
Freewoods Farm was one of those rare situations where the newly freed slaves could work out a deal to pay for the farm. 2 more generations of black farmers worked tirelessly, growing crops like rice and even producing turpentine.
But it was this 3rd generation, the grandchildren of the original settlers. They served in the First World War, and they used their monies earned in the First World War to buy up the rest of the land in this area. So what we do here at Freewoods Farm is we tell the story of what they did, what those black farmers did during that first century of freedom.
Like Farmer Smalls said, a living museum where pictures, videos, and even interviews can't fully capture how it feels to stand on its soil and listen. You can find the farm at 9515 Freewoods Road in Myrtle Beach. To set up a tour, give them a call at 843-650-9139 or visit www.freewoodsfarm.com.
Don't forget to like our page on Facebook and follow us on Instagram and Twitter. How to use the QR code. Just open the camera app on your smartphone, iPad, or tablet. Point your device at the QR code so the QR code appears on your screen. Your device will recognize the QR code and show you a notification. Click that notification and you'll come to our website. Living Local Carolina, weekday mornings at 9:30 on WBTW News 13.